Welcome to my channel. In the class 11th we are discussing Newton's laws of motion. We have discussed first law, second law. What is third law? And it is learned by every student because it seems to be quite easy. It's beautiful language. Everyone will raise hand in the class if you ask the question, what is third law? To every action there is always equal and opposite reaction. This is learned by all the students. So this beautiful third law is action reaction law. What is action, what is reaction, we will see today, and how it is applied when the action and reaction forces are not taken on the, since they are not acting on the same body, then how will you consider in a system, how will you consider in a separate object of the system. First law says that external force on a system is zero. Then object remains in the existing state. Whether it is in the state of rest, then it will remain in the rest, and it is in the uniform motion, then it will continue to be moving with the same velocity in the same direction. What second law says? It relates the force to the acceleration, force to the momentum. Force is rate of change of momentum. What is the origin of external force on the body? What agency provided? The answer of this question is that if there are two objects A and B, you can consider these are the objects A and B, then they will apply force on each other. How this idea was taken? Look, if the object B applies the force on A, will the object A in turn apply the force on B? The answer is yes. How can you say, suppose this is the force applied by B on A and this is the force applied by A on B? You can feel it whenever, suppose you push the spring. What happens when the spring is pushed? By applying your hand, you are pushing the spring, then you feel it, that your palm is also in turn getting the force applied by the spring. In some cases it is not quite obvious to see. Suppose the some object is falling down, so object is being pulled by gravity of earth. Will the object apply the force on earth? Answer is yes, but you can't feel it because you don't see, because of the massive mass, huge mass of the earth. Earth is a massive planet and acceleration due to gravity will be negligible. This acceleration of earth will be negligible. In fact, the earth applies the force on that object which is falling towards its center. Same force is applied by the object on the earth. Since we don't see, so we hesitate, will it be? And we feel whenever we press the spring. So yes, spring is also applying the force on the object. So in this way, the action reaction force and the Newtonian mechanics third law was introduced. Before that, we will see that according to Newtonian mechanics, number one, forces never occur singly. They always occur in pairs. And what is force? It is the mutual interaction between two bodies. If the object A applies the force on B, naturally B will also apply the force on A in the opposite direction. And the Newton's third law, as everybody is knowing, the beautiful, that has become the common language, that to every action there is equal and opposite reaction. But there are some misconception, because action reaction, what do they mean? Action reaction are the forces. Then which force is action, which force is reaction? Then how exactly you will say? You have learned this language, to every action there is equal and opposite reaction, But how to say in the exact form third law? You have to say that forces always occur in pairs. Force on an object A by the object B is equal and opposite to the force on object B by the A. If you say in this way, then it becomes clear that which force is FAB and which force is FBA. One more misconception, that action and reaction which occur first. You know, there is no cause and effect relation. Action and reaction, that is the force on A by B or on B by A, these are the forces, they act at the same instant. No action before reaction. Action reaction are the simultaneous processes. You don't think that if you hit someone, then this is action, then that person will hit you, then this is reaction. No, whenever you are hitting, then your hand is pushing some force on him and your hand is also receiving the reaction force on that. So action reaction are simultaneous processes. One more thing, that third law of motion, this is exact way what I told you, third law of motion regarding force, is irrespective of the nature of the forces. Action reaction forces may be gravitational, electrical, anyone, and if they acted, action reaction forces, they always act on the different bodies. You look here, if B is acting pushing A by applying the force FBA, then the A body is receiving this force and this A is also in turn giving rise force to B, then this is FAB. So action reaction forces are acting, or they always act on different bodies. How can you say if they acted on the same body, what will happen? There could never be accelerated motion, as the resultant force will be 0. So no action in absence of reaction. Give example. In the tug of war, if the other team is also pulling the rope, only then the tension will be created in the rope. If a single team is pulling, can you think that the tension will be created? What does it mean? Action reaction are simultaneous processes. So if the other team will pull the rope, only then you will be able to pull this team. So both the teams will pull the rope simultaneously. That is action and reaction. Now if you see there is no cause and effect of the action and reaction, we have seen that they act, these forces, action reaction forces act on the same object, then you will find so many examples related with your daily life. And we have seen how the second law, this says that force is rate of change of momentum, how it is a real law. We have seen in the previous video, second law contains the first law. Today we have read that third law of Newton says, what is third law? That forces always occur in pairs. So the force applied by object A on B is equal and opposite to the force applied by B on A. Now this is the exact form of third law given by Newton. we have seen that if a pair of object we consider A and B, then FAB and FBA are the forces they are applying on each other. And if we consider the motion of any one body from these two, if we consider the motion of any one body, then only one force is sufficient, it is relevant. How can you say that if any one object is in motion, then only one of the force is relevant, that is either FAB or FBA. Now it will be an error to add up these forces and tell that their sum is 0. Can you tell why? Because these two bodies are separate. You can say these two forces, their sum is 0 when you consider that they are consisting a system, isolated system, no external force, 0. Within system there are two or more objects or particles. System may be comprised of two objects or several particles. Individually they can exchange the momentum, but net force on the system is supposed to be 0. So if you consider individual object, you can't say this plus this force equal to 0. But if you consider as a system, then what can you say? These FAB and FBA will be the internal forces. Because they are part of the system, then their sum is taken to be 0. So internal forces always cancel in pairs. So when FAB and FBA will be said to be internal forces for a system. So in a system comprised of two bodies we have taken, then for a system we can say that FAB plus FBA will be 0 because system is isolated, so no external force is acting on that. This is all about third law. Third law is action reaction law. So we should take some examples based on that. Let us take first example, and in that we see the horse cart system. Suppose this is the cart, these are the wheels, and it is tied with the string, and what happens, it is being pulled by the horse. So it is being pulled by the horse in this direction. You know what happens when the horse or anybody walks on the ground, then the ground is pressed slantly, tilted. Then what will be the reaction of the ground? This one. If this reaction makes an angle theta, then this component is r cos theta and this will be the r sin theta. This we write vertical component and this we write here horizontal component. Now in this direction it is being pulled, and suppose this force by which the ground is pushed by the horse, and this is the weight of the horse. What happens here? As we know that tension acts on the object away from the object. Here, since the rope is same and this is tied with the horse here, then the tension on this direction. This will be T, and here this will be also T because the rope is same. So how can you find here this will be the friction? Since the cart is supposed to be moving in this direction, then what will happen? The friction will act in this direction. You know, in the friction always acts in the motion opposite to the direction of motion. How will you form the equations? For the horse, what will you write? This is H and this is T here in this direction, minus. If this is plus, then what will you write? H minus T in this direction. This will be equal to MA if m is the mass of horse. Now if this is the trolley, its mass, cart is mass is m. For this, how will you find the equation? Since the forward motion is in this direction, overall the movement is in this direction, then what will you find? T minus F will be equal to ma, this one, m of the cart. These two equations now you will find. Add these two equations, t will be cancelled, you will get h minus f equal to m plus m into a. So you will get acceleration with which the cart will be moving, h minus f upon m plus m. So if h is greater than f, that is horizontal component greater than the friction, the forward motion will take place. Similarly, a very beautiful case of the pulley, because pulley makes the work easier. You know, if you the two masses are suspended by the pulley in this way, that this one is the bigger m2 and this one is the smaller, this is m1. m2 is coming downward with the acceleration a and m1 is not coming upward with the acceleration a. What will be its weight here? This will be m1g vertically downward, here it will be m2g vertically downward. How will you solve the questions based on the pulley? For individual free body diagram we have discussed earlier. Look, for the mass m1, how will you draw free body diagram? This is the m1, its mass m1g, weight will be acting downward, and this will be the tension in the string. Tension always acts away from the object, so you will find in this way. So here this will be the tension, and overall the m1a is the force in the upward direction. This mass is moving upward. What will you write here? This is the positive and this is negative. Then what will you write here? This m1a is the resultant of T minus m1g. Similarly, for the second case, how will you write? What will you write for second case? Look here, that this m2 you will write here for the free body diagram. This is tension, this is m2g, and here it is coming downward with the force m2a, acceleration a, so force m2a. What will you write here? This equation will become m2g minus t equal to m2a. We have assumed here that m2 is greater than m1. Add these two equations again. What will you get? This m1 plus m2a equal to m2 minus m1g. So you can get the expression for acceleration m2 minus m1 upon m1 plus m2 into g. And if you divide these two expressions, you can find tension by dividing equation 1 and 2. If you divide, then what will you get? Divide these two equations, you will get t equal to 2 m1 m2 upon m1 plus m2 here. By adding these two, you will get this. By dividing, you will get this. So either tension or acceleration is asked. You can have simple idea and how to apply this formula. Now if someone is standing at the weighing machine in a lift, what happens? Do you know what is measured by weighing machine? Suppose you are standing at the weighing machine, then your weight mg acts vertically downward, and For what is the reason of your weight? Because earth, because of gravity of earth. What happens if a weighing machine at which you are standing, it applies also a normal reaction on the body of man? And note down that weighing machine always reads the reaction R, or by N you represent, which is the force exerted by that person. So suppose apparent weight in an elevator. This is also a person is standing, suppose here at this surface, then this will be the normal reaction, and you know weight is W. W is same as the mg, whatever is the mass of the person. So whosoever is the person here. If the elevator is not moving, stationary, then what will be the apparent weight? This R. If a lift is moving upward with uniform velocity, uniform velocity means acceleration 0, then again you will find the apparent weight will be R. Now if the elevator is moving with uniform acceleration A, in this case, that was the first case. Now the second case, what will happen here? In case of this upper in this direction, forward direction, this is in the vertically upward, you take plus, and here if you consider minus, then what will you write if the lift is moving with the acceleration A in the vertically upward direction? Then simple, this R, it can be written as in the second case, this R minus mg will be equal to ma. So what will be the apparent weight? We have discussed R, that will become m bracket within bracket A plus g, that is apparent weight increases if the lift moves upward. You might have experienced in the elevator if it goes up. Third case, if it comes down with the uniform acceleration A, then what will you write here? This mg minus R will be equal to ma. So what will become here? The apparent weight. Therefore the apparent weight of the person, that is R, will become this m common g minus A. So what was when the lift was not moving? R, and what is here? R equal to mg minus A. That means the apparent weight decreases, and if A is equal to g, if the lift falls, suppose with the same acceleration, it comes vertically downward, whatever is the acceleration due to gravity, then what happens? In place of A you will put here g, and what will you find? R equal to 0. For free fall, this is called free fall. In case of free fall, nobody experiences its own weight. This is the position of weightlessness. So in the state of weightlessness, there is no action reaction, and we find the normal reaction 0. So in this way, elevator cases are discussed, questions are asked based on that. Remember that if it is written uniform A, only then you can find the change in apparent weight. uniform velocity, whether it is going upward or downward, no acceleration, so apparent weight will not change. So now I hope you must have enjoyed and Newton's second, first and third law, especially the third law. You will not say that if you hit someone, then this is action, he will come and hit you, then that will be reaction. It is not. I hope you must have understood it. Thank you.